Week 11 continues this evening of the Simulation Football League from all 22 fantasy fields. The Nashville Tempo play host to the Atlanta Swarm, an East Division battle. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and back with me in the booth is Gerald Smith, along with our stats crew tonight, Ron Haynes and Danny Carmichael, and Commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Gerald, everything worked against us this week and tried to kick us out of the booth, but here we are, ready for an awesome football game tonight. How you doing?
Even Eddie Gage got into the mix because I keep talking about his non-pick six self and somehow made the Hall of Fame, which I think should be a prerequisite for making the Hall of Fame is getting a pick six. But I am doing fairly well considering.
Well, that sounds good. Hey, I'm looking forward to this game tonight. We've got an East Division rivalry between the Atlanta Swarm and the Nashville Tempo. The East Division is the most hotly contested division in the league right now. We've got Florida Storm out in front at 6-2, and then Charleston in second at 5-3. But this Nashville Tempo team is right behind them at also 5-3. Atlanta is 5-4, and Carolina is 5-4. Every team in this division would make the playoffs if the playoffs started right now. But they don't. There's still a lot of football left this season and a lot of divisional games between these teams. One of them, the first divisional game for Atlanta this season, starts right now as they take on Nashville. And actually, they had one divisional game last week against Carolina that they won. We'll see what Atlanta is able to do here in their second divisional game against Nashville. And they will start with things on offense and hand it off up the middle for a gain of 2. We'll roll through the starting offense for the Atlanta Swarm. Quarterback is Bryant Dynasty, the halfback BDG Hollywood, fullback Mitchell O'Brien. Wide receivers are Fox Highwind, Siege Falco, and Boo Medium Rare Chisholm. Why Not Aralat is the tight end. Carter Hollywood is the tackle. Sam Falco is the guard, and Astro Smith at center. Second down and 8, delayed handoff. That one goes absolutely nowhere. They'll spot a 1-yard gain for Mitchell O'Brien. Third down and 7.
Yeah, and that's very, very good defense on the first 2 downs for Nashville, right? And speaking of this division, I don't know if we've ever had a division like this stage in the season where a game and a half separates first to last.
Yeah, it's unheard of. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and 7. Dynasty steps up, throws up top. That one's incomplete. Was trying to connect that one up to Fox Highwind and unable to make that catch. So it brings up a quick 4th down, quick 3 and out for Atlanta.
And this is how Nashville has typically been kind of winning their games, right? Is on the defensive side because they're just not their offensive prowess just isn't there, right? They're actually 4th to last in total offense this season thus far.
Nice punt return gets them into Atlanta territory, and points scored for Nashville. Some of these obviously are defensive points, maybe some special teams points, but it is 8th best in the league at 186. Their defense 11th in the league with only 150 points allowed, but Atlanta right up there with them. In fact, Atlanta's 4th in the league at points scored, 205. But they've allowed quite a few points. Gerald is their 20th in the league, allowing 196 points so far this season. Their total point differential a +9, whereas Nashville's is a +36. Let's see what Nashville can do on offense now. Switch Thumper, the quarterback. He'll throw on 1st down, and that one's immediately batted down. Jumping up. Oh, injury on the play, too. Yeah, Jeff Banfield down for Nashville. We'll have to check on him later, but Alex Dominguez, Big Sexy, the 4-time All-Star, which seems like a ridiculously low number since he's also a 4-time Defensive Player of the Season, jumped up and swatted that one down. 2nd and 10.
315 pounds, jumps up and knocks the ball down.
Yeah, he's got about a 3-inch vertical, I think.
It worked, and he's only 6'2", so he's got some kind of ups.
Yeah, he just needed to get up to 6'5" there and swatted that down. So we'll keep an eye on Jeff Banfield. See if he comes back out. Big-time producer for this Nashville squad. Quick pass. No. Oh, wow. Way overthrown and picked off by the Moose. The Moose Papanow picked that one off, and Atlanta's going to take back over on offense. His 2nd interception on the season.
Yeah, and he was right where he needed to be, and that is Switch Thumper's 13th interception on the season. And look, Atlanta isn't known for picking the ball off either themselves, right? They're ranked 15th actually in the league in picking the ball off, but a little bit of an overthrow, and they actually picked it off, and now they got the ball back.
First down and 10 now from their own 36. Two receivers up top. Dynasty will throw. Quick pressure was on its way.
Wow.
Got it out to Hollywood, but absolutely leveled. Knocked back for a 1-yard loss.
Nothing was there. They thought, hey, since they had the blitz, come and get there and dump it off to the safety valve, but the linebacker was right there to clean it up and get a tackle for loss. And I'm not sure right here. I just feel like that this 3-4 defense, they might be able to run right up the middle on it, right over the guards.
Dynasty's going to throw again. Oh, jumping one-handed catch. Medium rare. Chisholm himself. First down and 10 in Nashville territory.
And what do we do, right? One Hall of Famer gets tackled for a loss. Another Hall of Famer gets a one-hand grab and gets in opponent's territory.
Starting defense for the Nashville Tempo on the defensive line, Jose Fuentes and RC Puff at linebacker. The notorious Jay Mart. You also got Tigga Clay and Dylan Bamsler, along with Jeff Gagne. First down and 10. Handoff goes to Hollywood, wrapped right up and tackled by Clay. No gain on the play. They'll spot him with a 1-yard gain. We'll take a look at this secondary for Nashville. Xavier Rowe III, Tanner Hendricks, Chris Delarose, Chris Stash, and Bentley Bonner are all the corners. Havo Ramsey, Danny Carmichael, and King Bradshaw at safety. Dynasty spins and throws. He did like a little pirouette back there, Gerald, but that made him yeet the ball just a little too far.
It was almost as if he's like, there's somebody coming, but I got to get rid of it. And he just spun around and just slung it out there. Said, hopefully it's either going to fall incomplete or my man's going to catch it. Luckily, it fell to the turf and the defender didn't get it.
One heck of a way to throw it away. Another 3rd and long. They had a 3rd and 7 on their opening drive that they could not convert. We'll see if they can convert this one here. Dynasty to throw deep down the middle and overthrows his target. Once again, tried to hit medium rare Chisholm. Can't do it. The left to punt once again. Ken Miller back out on the field for the Swarm.
Yeah, he just didn't get any good looks right there. It's really good coverage by the Nashville defense. And he even causing, Dynasty to kind of roll out and extend the play a little bit. But, hey, they actually got themselves another punt coming to them, and Nashville get the ball back.
Only one first down gained by Atlanta so far as that punt rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Nashville had a very short drive, only had a couple of plays, and that second one was an interception. So Switch Thumper will be looking to clean that up just a bit. You'll see the running game get started with Sean Sanders at Easton King and Jay Ballmer back there as well. The rushing attack for Nashville. Ball is indeed handed off. That one does go to Sean Sanders. He'll pick up 5 and sets him up with a 2nd down and 5. Let's roll through the starting offense for Nashville. Quarterback Switch Thumper, Easton King, Sean Sanders are the halfbacks. Jay Ballmer at fullback, Kenny Hendricks, Joe Beasley, Guy Clausen, the name Gerald can't say, Ryan Davis and Jeff Banfield at wide receiver. At tight end, Jimmy Wint, James Walters, and Jimmy Foster. Spinning his way up to a 3rd and inches is Easton King, and we'll see what they're able to do here.
And this is where, we called a game not that long ago with Nashville in it, and I thought they had a lot of success running the ball with Jay Ballmer. I think right here is Jay Ballmer type territory.
Oh, absolutely. And they use him as a lead blocker instead. Sean Sanders takes advantage of that and sprints down the right sideline, gets all the way up just about to midfield. First down and 10 for Nashville, and they're able to move the chains on this drive, Gerald.
And Sean Sanders, he's actually coming into this game right here, only averaging 2.3 yards a carry. And he's actually got over 5 yards a carry right here in this game right here.
Yeah, currently averaging about 12 yards per carry after that big run. Only has 2 carries so far, so that helps. First down and 10 from their own 49. Going back down to the ground. And only a pickup of 1 for King this time. Do you think Switch Thumper's a little gun shy now after throwing that interception? They've gone with a whole bunch of runs here.
No, I don't think so, right? Because all season, right? They are one of the top passing offenses in the league, right? He's having a great season. They can't shy away from what they've done best.
5th run in a row. That one goes to Sanders again. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So picks up 6. I would say that ain't broke. They're down in 3.
No, and also, and I think what they could be doing too, right? A lot of teams are starting to gear up to stop the pass for them and challenging them to run.
Thumper down the middle. That one complete. Got it out to Clausen. Go ahead and say his name.
I'm gonna just glide. God dang it! I still can't say it. Clausen.
Yeah, there you go. Number 17.
We'll just leave it at that.
First down and 10 from the 30. 3 receivers, tight end, and a running back in the formation. Thumper checks it down to the bottom. Stepping out of bounds after a 2-yard gain is Joe Beasley, and we'll look at the starting offense for Atlanta on the defensive line. Wolf Highwind and Alex Dominguez, Big Sexy himself. At linebacker, Bernard Smith, Jeff Spicoli, and the old man, Quanah Shine. Nathan Barnett, Jay Miraculous, Moose Papineau, Grant Hardaway, and Chris Henry are in the secondary. Thumper, deep drop, fires deep down the middle, jumping and going into the end zone for the touchdown is Jimmy Foster. Hashtag throw it to the tight end.
And what made that play possible was the offensive line giving Switch Thumper the enough time and space to find his guy down there and threw it right down the middle, and Jimmy Foster hauled in his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Great play. Got a little nervous when he dropped that deep and just heaved it. I was wondering who was down there, but hey, you can't go wrong with throwing it to your tight end. Jimmy Foster, the rookie tight end, joining the team this season. As you said, gets another touchdown on the season, and Nashville out in front early in this one. 8 plays, 79 yards. And that'll certainly help them. They need to get the win here to stay competitive in the East. Every division or every game for the rest of the season from any of these teams in the East, Gerald, will they all matter now, because it's basically like they're all almost starting with a 0-0 record and only have a 3-season long game to decide who makes it into the playoffs.
Yeah. They're so stacked up and close. With Florida losing 2 straight like they have, it actually closed the gap with Charleston winning, Carolina starting to win, right, a bit more, and everything else like that. And then here you got these. Everybody's got at least 5 wins in this division, and it's insane.
First down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Now we're going to see how Atlanta is going to actually respond here. Now, Dynasty is one of the top quarterbacks in the league right now statistically.
Pitch down to DDG Hollywood. Breaks through 1 tackle, can't break through a second. Picks up 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7.
And I actually want to see, what more Dynasty can actually, do passing the ball. He's the number 1 passer in the SFL coming into this week.
Dynasty down to the bottom. Able to connect, picking up 2 yards, getting it out to his tight end. Why not Airlet?
And this is a 3rd and medium right here. And I think this actually plays more into Nashville's hands defensively than what it does Atlanta offensively right here.
3rd down and 5. We go 5 wide. Dynasty under center. Drops back, looks, rolls out right, has time, breaks one stack, takes off himself.
Got it.
Gets the first down and more. Starts to slide, but gets ripped down before he can. Holds on to that ball, though. Moving the chains himself. Brian Dynasty with the first down.
Yeah, and what a way for him to avoid the sack from the defender coming in right there. And Jeff Gagne, Gagne just bounced right off of him. And he just said, you know what, I got to take it and run. I have some space. He did it, picked it up, and didn't worry about sliding.
First down and 10 from their own 48. Hollywood with a nice run up the middle. Picks up 8 yards, gets into Nashville territory.
Yeah, that's a good run, and that's the type of runs any offense wants on first down, right? You get 5+ yards on first down from your running back. It sets up the next 2 plays to open up to do whatever you want.
Second down and 2. They'll go with the I formation. Hand it off up the middle. That one does not gain much. Gains just a yard, but Hollywood might check back in now after that run by Jonathan Reese. Looks like Hollywood is back there for this 3rd and 1.
That 2nd and 2 would have been a perfect situation to do like a play action pass, especially with BDG not in there.
They go back to Hollywood. He picks up the first down, not by a lot, but the first down nonetheless.
Yeah, but they're moving and they're looking like they're looking to respond as they start to get to here near the 40. We're going to see if they're going to be able to keep it going or if Nashville's defense is going to start to stiffen up.
First down and 10 from the 41. Short pass that time to Chisholm. They spotted him with a 1-yard gain. That was generous. I thought he went backwards a yard.
Yeah, he did. He did go backwards. I don't know what that was. But like Nashville's defense, right? Nashville's defense gives up a lot of passing yards, right? So they're second to last in passing yards given up, but they actually limit their opponents points wise. I don't know how they sit at 5-3 like that, but they do. Oh, look at this.
Oh, look at Medium Rare go there. Got that catch all the way just outside the red zone. Getting the connection, and don't look now. Atlanta on the move.
Yeah, and look, and it's per what Nashville has given up most yards on to the opposing offense is through the air. And it is right there on a big play right there, not even on the edge of the red zone, Atlanta.
First down and 10. Goes back down to Hollywood, and he's just ejected backwards. Jay Mart was having none of that.
Jay Mart, he was really good. I think he played for Alamo City, I believe he actually played for recently before.
Yeah.
He was just so good.
Yep, came over in free agency as Nashville got their team set up, but yeah, previously with Alamo City. They're down to 9 there.
That was almost picked off right there. King Bradshaw almost came in and took that away and killed this drive. This is a big 3rd down right here. I mean, don't put the ball in any kind of a danger.
5 wide set. Bryant Dynasty to throw. Rolls out right. Oh, he's going to take it himself again, but can't quite get there. And Sammy Steele getting ready to come out for a field goal try. But first, that's the end of the first quarter. So after your first quarter of play, Nashville 7, Atlanta nothing. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. Got the Ron Haynes and Danny Carmichael on staffs with us tonight with Cameron Irvine, our commissioner and producer, back at SFL Studios on the production. Sammy Steele.
Oh, did he hook it?
The field goal? No, just barely got it over that left upright. Stays perfect on the season. Now 18 of 18.
Wow. It looked like
almost
5 more yards and he wouldn't have made it.
One more yard,
wow.
And that would have been wide left.
But he's still perfect on the season. So look, at least Atlanta got down there, got some points, and didn't turn the ball over. But that that last 3rd down play right there that they did have, I would have liked to see Dynasty hang out in the pocket just a little bit longer right, to potentially find somebody open. I think he ran a little bit prematurely.
Kick returned up to the 30-yard line. That was, of course, Jeff Banfield, who just returned that kick. So he's back. Got injured earlier on in the game.
Yeah, maybe he just had a poke in the eye.
Could have seen it happen. I don't know. Listen, though, if there's any sort of injury to one of my players and then they come back, I'm not going to say, all right, go return the kick. That's a nice, gentle play for you. Hey, teach their own. Sean Sanders takes that one up the middle, picks up 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. I see some talk about live games and conventions and such in the chat. You know, the SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for our 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season. It's July 10th to the 14th. Nice pass up top, but that one's broken up. You can join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate by visiting simfl.net. I hope to see everybody there. I'm looking forward to that.
I think I'll be there.
You don't get a choice. You're coming. Didn't know if you knew that. Oh, pass deflected over the middle by the old-timer himself, Aquana Shine, getting the swat, bringing up 4th down.
Grandpa shows all the young players on every team that you can still play, right? Whenever you've been in the league for a gazillion years, 17 seasons. 6-time All-Star as well.
He is quite the storied player. Took a season off and actually came back, and glad to see him back out there. He's a fun player to watch. So I scrolled back up a little bit, Gerald, and it's the Viper NBA Fire is the one that said, will y'all ever do a Simulationfl in real life? So the convention is about as real as it gets. So, you know, we do live broadcasts there at the convention. You know, you get the live reactions from the crowds when you're there. We even have done a flag football game, or I guess last year's turned into a 2-hand touch football game. But either way, so, you know, there's that. We're going to do maybe a basketball tournament. Oh, that was a Matt Wilson type throw right there, if I've ever seen one. Hit as he threw. But, yeah, convention's a great time. If you want to see the SFL in person, in real life, see the personalities of the league, convention is the place to go. So come join us next summer in Baltimore.
Yeah, I tried flag football in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yep. Cameron Irvine ran me over, and I quit.
Dynasty unloads over the middle. That one was a wide open connection. Getting the 1st down. Mushin Mohammed with the catch and the conversion.
Somebody better pay that man some money. Coming there with a catch, and you know, and you got guys like Fox Highwind and Siege Falco have not gotten a catch yet. But
Mushin has. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Moosh, they call him. I don't know if they do. Dynasty up top to the right. That one was nearly picked, but it wasn't picked. And off to the races is Fox Highwind.
Oh my God!
Past the defender into the end zone, and Atlanta reclaims the lead with a touchdown.
And just when I called him out, Fox Highwind says, let me show you something right here. I'm going to grab this ball. Then I'm going to get down near the goal line. I'm going to hit that spin move for a little bit of flair and give my team the lead to show everybody in the league that they are the best 5-win team in the league.
Last 10 pass attempts for Brian Dynasty. 6 of 10, 110 yards, ending in that touchdown. So great job by him. 55-yard touchdown pass after a 3-play, 71-yard drive. Atlanta back in front. Or I guess in front for the first time.
That was a huge play.
Sure was. Like right on cue, right after you said, you know, hey, Fox Highwind doesn't have a catch. He's like, oh yeah? Watch this.
I don't know, man. It seemed like I say a lot of stuff about a lot of things.
You do.
And somehow they just miraculously do well.
Yep. Yeah, Carolina, they're a pretender, huh? How'd that age?
It's not over yet. Season. Look, they beat two really good squads in Baltimore and Florida. There's not a whole lot I can say about them. We're going to forget I mentioned them at all.
Carolina putting a 45-28 whooping on Baltimore in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's rare. Baltimore does not lose at home, and when they do lose at home, it ain't like that. A sweep to the left. Sean Sanders gets bottled up in the backfield by Grandpa, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and Aquana Shine just doing what he does. I just want to let people know, like, his second all-time in the league in tackles with 1,830 coming into this week. 5th, 193 tackles for losses. Insane.
Short pass over the middle is complete to Joe Beasley. Gets another catch on the day, adding to his total. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and it's got, look, and it seems like Atlanta now has a little bit of momentum, right? 3rd and medium to 3rd and long right here. But Atlanta's got to play defense. Why? Because we know, the type of passing that Nashville can do.
4 receiver set. Thumper rolls out left. He's going to try to do it. And Aquana Shine says, I don't think so, bud. Like Thumper trying to extend the ball out a little bit more. Nah, man, you were a yard short.
Aquana Shine made all 3 tackles on all 3 downs on that drive.
The one-man wrecking crew on defense.
It just proves how good he is. I don't think that franchise is never going to let him walk off the field again.
No, yeah, that was a one-time thing. Team Falco brings that up to the 22-yard line, and 10 unanswered points scored by Atlanta, and they're back on the field on offense now.
And I think we can feel a little bit of a shift in momentum now, right? After that big play by Fox Highwind, and then Atlanta comes out, right, and actually, stops Nashville from getting hardly any kind of a yards. Now they have the ball back. So if they go down and punch a score, I think it's solidly going to be, Atlanta with a ton of momentum.
Hollywood trying to get up top, only able to pick up a couple yards. Atlanta's been an interesting franchise. I remember all the way back in I think it was our week 2 show, Gerald. It was either week 2 or week 1. We were talking about Atlanta and how, historically speaking, they've had just up and down seasons. If you look at their history, they'll have a losing season one year, and oh, look at that nice pass, another 1st down for them. That one connecting to Arrowlet. They'll have a losing season, then the next season they get to 500, then they have a winning season, then back to a losing season, then back to 500, and then to a winning season again. So they had their losing season in season 21. They had their 500 season in season 22. So they're due for a winning season. If you look at their history, started off not so hot. They won in week 1, but then they lost the next 2. They won in week 4, but then they lost the next one. Then they're sitting there at 2 and 3. I think everybody started counting them out. Even I was kind of looking at it like, I'm not sure they're going to go anywhere. 3-1 in the last 4 games, and now they've got the lead here. Dynasty to throw, deep one, connecting once again to Chisholm, making that one-handed catch look like it was routine.
Oh, when you're in the Hall of Fame, you don't get in the Hall of Fame like Eddie Gage by doing nothing. You got to make good plays like Boo Chisholm made right there. But look, and they're moving down, right? Look, and Dynasty is showing why he is the #1 passer in the league right now, passing yard wise, and he is number 2 in passing touchdowns. He's got a top 3 QBR, top 7 completion percentage.
1 yard gain on that play. Mark with the tackles, 2nd down and 9. Fox Highwind in the chat says we were counted out from the start of the season, and that's fair. I think anybody on Atlanta maybe even could understand why people would have that mindset. Let's see, combined 9 and 17 in the past couple of seasons. It's just not the greatest of records, and then the roster not quite as deep as some other teams. So people looking at it like, is this team going to be competitive? And then, when you start out 2 and 3, kind of add some credibility to that thought process. But really have turned things up here in the second half of the season.
Yeah, but they've done a great job at utilizing the talent that they do have, right? Some coaches can do more with less.
Dynasty under pressure. Hit as he throws and nearly picked off. That one should have been caught by Bradshaw, but it falls harmlessly to the turf, and Atlanta will have to punt.
Very good pressure applied by the Nashville defense right there, and unfortunate for Nashville that King Bradshaw just didn't grab the duck that was just flopping around right there.
They're going to try 50-yarder. 50-yarder from the right hash. I wasn't sure if they would. And the kick is on its way. Looks good, and it is.
Wow.
Sammy Steele stays perfect on the season with a 50-yard field goal. Now 19 of 19.
Man, it looked like it was hooking, but he kind of brought it back right down the middle almost.
Well, I was concerned for the kick because, on the first field goal that he had, as you recall, it basically went right over the post. If he had hooked that one quite that same direction, that would have sailed wide left. But no, straight down the middle, straight and true.
And that's his longest field goal of the season, a 50-yard. Previous one was 46.
Yeah, he almost kicked that one through the uprights too. So I guess he's got quite the leg and maybe some wind at his back. Oh, we've got the windows closed here in the booth. I don't know which way the wind's going. What do I look like, a weatherman?
I'm not a weatherman either. I'm totally not.
No, you know how to tell if it's no, I guess that's not weather related. I was gonna say, you know how to tell if there's alligators in water in Louisiana though, right?
Yeah, I seen a thing. I think some people seen it. That's the funniest thing I ever seen. Where that woman said, that water's wet, they got gators in there.
That's it. This is how you tell if there's gators in it. You touch it. See that water? It's wet, right? Yep, that means there's gators in it. Anyway, we're in Nashville right now. Look at this run. Easton King busting along his best one of the day. This is
going to be a telling drive right here, right? Because what they did, Atlanta has scored 10 unanswered points, and we're going to see how Nashville is going to, actually stop them from actually scoring any points, and they can put some up themselves and try and do it before half.
Actually, 13 unanswered. All 13 of those points came after Nashville's touchdown. It's been all Atlanta here in the second quarter. Nashville, blanked them 7-0 in the first quarter, and Atlanta so far blanking Nashville here in the second quarter and putting up 13 of their own. 3.5 minutes to go.
And they're doing well on this drive right here, right, as they start approaching midfield. And I like the fact that Nashville isn't known for their rushing attack, but they're mixing in the run really well right now.
They run up the middle by Sanders. That'll pick up 5, 3rd down and 2.
They got 64 yards. They're over halfway to a century for the game. Nashville is right now. We're running the ball. I don't know. I don't know. I might have to try and look that up. When's the last time they had 100 yards rushing?
I don't know. You're the analyst. You look it up. 3rd and 2. Oh, stuffed in the backfield. Oh, they'll knock it right down at the line. Grandpa Shine getting it done again.
Yeah, when you need a big play, you call on the big-time players. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like he's looking around his defense saying, come on, kids. This is how you do it. So Atlanta with an opportunity to score again. They'll have 2 full minutes, all 3 timeouts. And they'll even have the 2-minute warning to stop the clock one more time. 88 yards from the end zone. See what they're able to do on this 2-minute drill. Nashville will get the ball to start the second half. So, maybe Nashville's defense can make a play here, try to get some sort of turnover or at least stop Atlanta's offense, get the ball back, put some points on the board and potentially double dip. But right now, Atlanta looking to, really pile on some points here before the half.
Yeah, and I think they can do it. Because they've been moving the ball pretty effectively on their last few drives.
Dynasty changing the play. He's going to go with a handoff to Hollywood. Picks up 3. That'll bring us down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube, live from Nashville, Tennessee, at All 22 Fantasy Field here in Nashville, home of the Tempo. Play action. Dynasty up top, threw it low, but was able to be hauled in. I believe that was Chisholm once again with the catch. Proud of himself right there.
Yeah, it was the play action fooled me, because I was wondering, hey, look, how are they going to approach this right here? Right? I think this is Mitchell O'Brien right here. Right over the middle.
Down and 1. Plenty of time left on the clock if they don't get this, but they do. Hollywood picks it up, got knocked backwards behind the line, but forward progress gets that first down. And, they're getting a little bit further down the field. They, as soon as they cross that 30, I think they might pick this up a little bit.
Yeah, and actually, and they're going to have to start thinking about wanting to use those timeouts as well, because they're not getting any chunk yardage right now, and they're looking to score. I mean, they're going to save themselves a little bit of time because they're taking their time snapping this ball.
They really are. Allen Crumpler in motion. They're going to pitch this one down to Jonathan Reese, and maybe they're just content to take their one-score advantage into the half, because I haven't seen a pass yet.
Yeah, and they've been over. It's kind of strange because they had over 2 minutes at the start of this drive. If they run right here, we know exactly what they're doing.
Well, Dynasty is going to pass, but a short one, and that's a miss to Why Not Erlat. A rare drop from him. 3rd down and 9.
And you know what's crazy? How efficient Dynasty is in the passing game. I don't know why they didn't want to stretch the field with, and run their 2-minute offense to try and get down there to put more points on the board, knowing they had to give the ball back to Nashville after half.
Well, and now they're going to throw, which, you wasted a minute and a half. Dynasty over the middle, gets it out to Highwind.
Now they're going to call timeout.
Yeah, well.
No.
One would think.
It was a perfect time to call it.
Maybe they're selling the timeouts as souvenirs.
Well, I know one team at one time was collecting them, and it just didn't bode very well for their season. Let me tell you.
No. Highwind now with 68 yards on 2 catches. His first one a 55-yard touchdown reception. 10 seconds to go here in the half. Dan Tritt's in the chat now. That's exciting. 2-yard pickup. And that'll bring us to the half, Gerald. The saddest 2-minute drill of all time. But Atlanta maintains their lead, 13-7 over the hometown Nashville Tempo. We'll head to halftime as we see the halftime stats and some snapshots. Gerald, your thoughts so far in the first half overall?
Well, it's been a pretty clean game outside of the second drive of the game where Nashville threw the interception, right? But it didn't amount to anything. So Nashville's defense was able to step up and be able to force Atlanta to punt after that interception. But both these defenses are showing up, and they're actually showing, hey, look, we can actually shut down each other right here. It has a classic feel of a divisional game when each team needs to win to gain ground within a division.
13-7 so far as we see our halftime player of the game, none other than Fox Highwind. 2 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Padding those stats a little bit on that 2-minute drill with that big catch that he had. But anyway, we'll get the second half started after this. We'll take a quick halftime break presented by Brakes GPT.
Just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. And speaking of big plays, that is our breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT. Sports memorabilia breakers and collectors, you never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. All right, that's enough talking about Breaks GPT, but holy cow, what a nice return by Ryan Davis, Gerald. Gerald is just so starstruck right now. He's at a loss of words. But a great return up the sideline. Gerald, do you have any thoughts on the return at all?
I did. And apparently I forgot to turn my mic back on.
Yeah. Listen, it's been a long time since we've had a broadcast quite like this. So
was talking to myself a little bit. It was so sad.
Yeah. I'm sure it was amazing commentary, but it was only for you. So
it was.
All right. Well, Sean Sanders getting involved in this drive. Nice return, setting up Nashville in Atlanta territory, and 5-yard pickup. Already just on the cusp of field goal range after surrendering 13 unanswered points. We'll see what they're able to do here.
And that's the start they needed with that kickoff return.
Only a short one picked up by Easton King. Looking at the first half stats by Switch Thumper, only threw the ball 9 times, was able to connect on 5 of them. One of them was a touchdown pass, but of course one of those incompletions, as you'll recall, was a pick. So I'm going to try to clean that up. Thumper up top. That one is incomplete, and the drive will come to a halt as we get our first look at the team stats from the first half, plus a little bit here from half number 2. Field goal try coming up. So far, Atlanta stats-wise just crushing it.
Yeah, I think Nashville missed an opportunity. Thumper missed Sean Sanders in the flats, who would have easily picked up that first down, picked up those 3 yards.
49-yard try coming up. That one's hooking way left, a little bit too far left. Kick is no good from Victor Ironleg, and score will remain 13-7 in favor of Atlanta.
Man, they had the perfect start of the half, getting a huge return by Ryan Davis, and then getting themselves in a third and very manageable. They just made the wrong choice. I'm not mad at where he threw it, but I think the better option was to just dump it off, considering how the blitz was coming in on them. And then it went incomplete, and they just missed a field goal here and give Atlanta the ball with really good field position.
Ironleg had been perfect on the season up till that point. Perfect 13-13. Pass complete. Oh, look at
what?
Medium rare. That's why he's medium rare. That is perfection right there.
Oh, man, the way he caught that pass and just cut right up the field after he caught it. You're going to see it in this replay right here. Catch it, put in the ground, went straight, and took right off, right down the sideline. And then made a spin move back toward the middle of the field and picked up a few more yards.
Thought he may have stepped out of bounds after that spin, but no second look at it. So it stands as is. Dynasty makes a change at the line. He will throw a quick pass over the middle, that time connecting with Arlette, getting another first down on back-to-back snaps.
Yeah, and this is not what Nashville needed, from their defense right here, right? After their offense kind of squandered an opportunity of starting their actual drive in opponent's territory and coming away with no points. And then Atlanta just takes it in really good field position, and now they're kind of in field goal range right now and still driving.
Hollywood sets them up in field goal range for sure, and 3 plays, 3 first downs. This one brings them inside the red zone. They're on the move.
Yeah, look, and this is what they're doing right here. It's almost like EDG just does what BDG does. And it's funny. It seems like the whole team has got the spin bug too.
Well,
Fox Iowan hit a good spin move.
When you're learning the spin move from the best spinner ever in Hollywood. I'm not quite sure that Jonathan Reese has the spin figured out, but he did pick up 8. So there is that.
Positive yardage. That's all you need.
That's what's up. 2nd down and 2. From about the 10-yard line. Ball goes to Hollywood, fighting forward. Can't quite get to the line to gain. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
King Bradshaw coming right up to the line of scrimmage and being able to stop BDG from picking up that 1st down. But, I mean, it's still 3rd and really manageable right now, but it looks like they have Reese in the backfield. I think if we're going to run it, I think we give it to Mitchell O'Brien here.
We're going to do delayed handoff. One does indeed go to Mitchell O'Brien. Right on cue, Gerald.
I know some things, sometimes they don't go bad or against what I say.
Yeah. Yeah. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, though.
It's very true.
Unless it's a military clock, then it's only right once a day. 24 hours, you know. Oh,
yes.
Nashville getting quite the jump into the backfield. Just barely getting back to the line is Hollywood. 2nd down and goal.
I think it's going to be really important for Nashville to try and keep Atlanta out of the end zone and force a field goal here. I think if they score a touchdown, the way that their offense is playing, I don't think they're going to have enough firepower to come back.
BDG Hollywood trying to break a tackle. Gains a couple. 3rd down and goal from about the 2.
And now this is where at Atlanta, we're going to see how interesting, how wide open their playbook is right here. Like, are they going to run it right here? Last time out of this formation, they ran Mitchell O'Brien.
And this one goes to Reese, and Reese is short. 4th and goal. A stop by Jay Mart. That's some incentive dollars right there. Got to stop inside the 2. Oh, and they're going to challenge it.
Yeah, man, but God, you need to tell Reese you are not that athletic to jump from how far he tried to jump back there and get in there.
A retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your console to play the SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. I think he made it in. Of course, you can't see it from the side. I think he got in, but we'll see what the ref says. Because that's the only one who really gets a vote. And the play stands as called on the field, so those incentive dollars will hit the bank of Jay Mart. Atlanta will be charged 1 timeout, and it's 4th and goal from the goal line itself.
The tip of that ball is literally...
Like, as soon as the center touches it, touchdown.
Wow.
The shortest field goal you'll ever see. A 17-yarder. I think even I could have made that one. Another field goal on the board for Sammy Steele and for the Atlanta Swarm. 16-7 is the lead. Now 16 unanswered points.
Yeah, look, and I know Atlanta wanted to come away with a touchdown there, but the thing I like about that drive, they came away with points and they took nearly 4 minutes of game time off the clock, right? Because what is Nashville going to need to go down and score is going to be time. If they don't have time to score, they're not going to have enough time to score any points.
Ball is kneeled in the end zone. Switch Thumper back out on the field on offense. Currently 5 of 10 with a touchdown pass and an interception. Running game going pretty good. I want to stick down to that. Sean Sanders averaging almost 6 per carry. Easton King averaging 4. Thumper will throw. Dumps that one down. Gets it into the hands of Joe Beasley. His 4th catch on the day. Picks up 7.
And that's a good start right there, right? And look, and I agree with you too. Like, even though half of the third quarter's gone, you're down 9 points. I still think they can utilize the run right here because they've been pretty successful this game running the ball. Just stay away from 58.
Yeah, it's been their strength, so we're going to try it here. Gets the 1st down. Trying desperately to avoid 58, but they ran straight into a moose.
Well, I think I'd rather avoid 58 because it looked like Sean Sanders did exactly that. Aquana Shine went to the left side of that offensive line. Sean Sanders says, well, I'm going to go right up the middle.
Who's Papanow? 6'4", 225 pounds. He's no small guy either, but I guess it's a little bit better than running into the 6'5", 246-pound Aquinas Shine. 4-yard pickup there, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, look, and that's a good run on first down right there. So, look, and they're doing good. And I like the way right now, right, they're trying to slow the game down for themselves a little bit, right? Set up the run, and hopefully you can get some timely passes, and it might open up into play action as well.
Going down to the run again. Bernard Smith with the tackle, but not before another 5-yard gain. 3rd down and 1.
Man, it's pretty impressive to see Sean Sanders right now, right? Averaging over 5 yards a carry right now.
Yep.
It's impressive.
Oh, stuffed in the backfield on the 3rd and 1. There he is again. Bernard Smith on back-to-back plays. Coming over from the Portland Fleet to join the Atlanta Swarm crowd this past off-season, and gets that TFL there to stop another Nashville drive in its tracks.
And it was a 3rd and short, and it looked like it was almost a shoe-in the way they were doing, but Bernard Smith just shoots the gap right there and just shuts it down.
Not a lot of success on 3rd downs. You saw 2 of 7 for Nashville so far in this one. Got an update from SFL HQ. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Thank you, Mike. Chicago's at Motor City today, and Type Attack hits Ryan Arlovsky for his first touchdown reception of the season. Chicago leads Motor City 13-7 in the second quarter. Back to you in Nashville.
Thank you, Cam. And Gerald, did you see that? Type Attack with a little pirouette throw too.
I did see that. He hit his target though.
Brian Dynasty slightly overthrew his target on the pirouette. Maybe that's a new thing. I got to talk to Jordan Seiden. Hey man, you need to do a little spin before you throw. Dynasty connects over the middle. And fortunately for the Swarm, they'll spot him with the forward progress because Arrowlet ran all the way back to the line of scrimmage, but they'll spot him a 7-yard gain.
Like I get forward progress, but when you go that far back, do they give you that much yards of forward progress? It's
especially as he actually turned and started to go back upfield. So at some point it's is that forward progress? No gain on that one. As Jeff Gagne stuffs BDG Hollywood right back at the line.
And we're going to see right here, right? Because what you're going to have right here in the backfield now, because I don't see BDG back there. You have Reese and Mitchell O'Brien on a 3rd and 3. Oh, they might be bringing some pressure.
Dynasty puts Highwind in motion down to the bottom. 4 down linemen. They got about 8 in the box, though, for Nashville. They drop everybody.
Oh!
And it doesn't matter as that quick pass to Arrowlet's complete for an Atlanta first down.
They were thinking just like everybody else was. We're all thinking that, hey, they're going to run it with Reese or Mitchell O'Brien up the middle. And guess who sneaks out? Why not? Arrowlet sneaks out from his tight end position. And what a way for them to keep this drive alive and actually keep the ball out of Nashville's hands.
5 receptions for 53 yards on 6 targets. Long on the day, 16-yarder. Highwind in motion once again down to the bottom. Short drop, quick pass. Boo, Chisholm. Hey, I'm starting to think he just does these little jumping one-handed catches just for style points. You could have caught that with 2 hands.
Yeah, I do. I mean, when you got a name like Medium Rare Chisholm, I mean, you don't get nicknames.
Yeah, you got to live up to it,
Yeah. I mean, you don't get nicknames if you're some sort of a scrub, right? So
that's right. Oh, Dynasty brought down and sacked on the play. Jose Fuentes gets him in the backfield.
And he's coming off the defensive inside right there, just kind of just ran right by the right tackle, and Dynasty had nowhere to go. Now it's a 2nd and long.
First sack on the season for Fuentes. It couldn't have come at a better time as Nashville's starting to sweat a little bit as this third quarter's coming to a close. Dynasty hit as he throws, and that one's incomplete. Was that Fuentes again in the backfield?
I do believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
It's either Fuentes.
It was either Gagne or Fuentes.
Yeah. Looking at the replay now, let's see that one was
Gagne.
Yeah, it was Gagne. Got that one.
And they're playing man coverage right here. They're probably bringing pressure right up the middle once again.
5 wide, 3rd and 18, and down he goes again. Where has this defensive line been? R.C. Puff gets the sack, 3rd on the season for Puff.
R.C. Puff just blew right by the guard. I think the guard was confused because the linebacker was blitzing up the middle, and Tigger Clay was confused on who to block and left R.C. Puff just a free rush right to Brian Dynasty, be able to kill that drive. That's a very good defensive series for Nashville.
3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes to go here from Nashville. Atlanta out in front, 16-7 over the Tempo.
The of Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Quarter number 4 starts with a punt. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. We've got Ron Haynes, Danny Carmichael on stats, Cameron Irvine, our producer at SFL Studios. Jeff Banfield getting that one up to the 26-yard line. Atlanta 16 unanswered points after Nashville able to score a touchdown in the first quarter. Had a 28-yard touchdown pass, 8-play, 80-yard drive. That was after their opening drive started with an interception. They turned it right around, had a very impressive, methodical drive, great touchdown pass to end it. And then since the end of the first quarter, they've had nothing working, and there's more nothing right there as Grandpa Shine gets a tackle at the line.
Yeah, and the thing about it here, I think Nashville is going to have to, on this drive right here, no matter how long it takes them, go down there and actually get points. Because right now, Atlanta is dominating the time of possession. They almost are doubling up what Nashville has.
Thumper down to the bottom. That one is incomplete. Nashville drive since that touchdown, Gerald. 3 punts, a missed field goal, and then another punt, and right now a 3rd and long on this drive.
It's not looking very promising for them to do anything right here. So I don't know.
Well, we'll see what they're able to do. 2 receivers up top, 2 to the bottom. Offset running back in the backfield. They'll move Beasley up top. Trips formation now. Thumper drops back and tries to run and gets sacked himself. 4th down and 18, so lost 8 yards on that sack.
And he ran right into that. Like, I don't know, like, when you see that big man running at you, why would you run right at him? And look at the yard differential between the 2 teams in the second half, and that's why Nashville is unable to move the ball when you only got 17 second half yards.
Yeah, that's incredibly low. So, second half of the minor league season's coming back pretty soon, Gerald, and I'd love to hear some new broadcasters getting in on the action. We can't do all the games. We'd love to hear some new voices. Your time is now to get your voice on the call. We're looking for some passionate SFL participants to join our broadcast team for the continuation of the minor league season 9 second half. It's kicking off next month. Please visit simfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and be one of the biggest difference makers in the future of SFL action. Would love to have you join. You just need a computer with a hardwired internet connection, a microphone, and a passion for the game. That's all I ask. Dynasty with a quick pass to medium rare Chisholm. Oh, he's just been catching everything coming his way, Gerald. He used 2 hands that time.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He said, hey, I'm going over the middle. I'm probably going to take a hit. And he pulls it in, and he actually has it. And they're moving it. I think if they keep going in this type of, trajectory, I just think that it's just going to – they're just going to end up smothering Nashville out.
107 yards now for Chisholm. Hollywood can't get anything there. Barely gets back to the line. But, yeah, the way that they're moving this ball, to your point, you know, listen, they're only winning by 9, but hey, that's 2 scores, and they're looking to add another one on here. 107 yards so far tonight for Chisholm. It's a 4K23 high. Previous was, I'm not reading that. Oh, that one could have been picked off as Chisholm tries to get even more yards. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, so look, and this is what they have to do. And there it goes again. We can see it again. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. So, look, he's got his previous 4K23 career high was against the Mexico City Aztecs. Wasn't against my Louisiana Revolution.
Dynasty to throw. Gets that one complete to Highwind. He's also having himself a nice day. His 3rd catch. Gonna stay up here a little while. Our producer, Cameron Irvine. He's got the jokes, Gerald.
He's just awesome. That's awesome.
Didn't look at Dynasty's stats. I did think it went away, actually. Hollywood gets a 1-yard loss that time. 2nd down and 11. And I think honestly, Atlanta's probably totally fine with that being a 1-yard loss because it's just going to keep ticking away more clock. And even though there's plenty of game left, they're about ready to go up 3 scores. And only 7 minutes to go in the game. Dynasty, quick pass. That one was dangerous. Oh, wow. King Bradshaw got his hands on another one.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd time King Bradshaw has had his hands actually on a ball to pick it off and make a huge play, and he just lets it fall away. Now what they have to do, they have to stop Atlanta from converting right here, because then it keeps it still a 2-score game. Even with the field goal.
3 receivers up top, 2 to the bottom. Dynasty under pressure and sacked again. That time there's no mistaking it. Jeff Gagne gets the sack.
And what a huge play right there, right? They force it down. Now we need to ask, did it knock him out of field goal range? Maybe not.
Yeah, Sammy Steele's been electric. He's going to do this. He had a 50-yarder earlier on. This one from 45. Almost all the way to the right hash. We'll see. Kick is on its way. Does he stay perfect? He sure does. 19-7. 8 plays, only 22 yards. And they only got 2 minutes off the clock. But, I mean, now leading by 12. Still a 2-score game, but now it's a 2-touchdown game to get back into it.
So the longest drive outside of Nashville's touchdown drive, which was 8 plays for 80 yards. Nashville's longest drive after that was 21 yards.
Yeah, and now's the time.
Ended in a punt.
They got to get this turned around. I mean, all the way back in the first quarter, an 8-play, 80-yard drive, that 28-yard touchdown pass that went to Jimmy Foster, the rookie tight end. It's his only catch on the day. They've got to get something going here.
Yeah, they gotta start stretching the field a little bit.
If they don't score any points on this drive, it could be over because Atlanta's shown that they can at least get a field goal out of most of their drives. One more field goal and it's pretty much done. Sean Sanders is going to start with a run. He'll pick up 3, and the running game has been their strength, Gerald. We talked about that I think a couple drives ago, but I don't know if you got time for that anymore.
Now it's 6.5 minutes left, right? Look, if you want to start out a drive on first down, doing it right for a couple of plays, yeah. But as time starts ticking away, there's no way you can do it.
Well, and the problem is now they have another 3rd and long. It's a 3rd down and 8, and you saw their 3rd down efficiency, but I don't even know if you can call it efficiency because it's just not good. They're 2 of 8.
Right, and see, and that's the thing right there. They end up in these. because all season long, and it shows it right here, right? You got Nashville with 19 yards of total offense.
Thumper's going to try to do it himself. It's not going to work. He'll pick up 3, and I don't think they're going to go for it. Yeah, they're gonna punt this one, Gerald, as he punter on his way out. Tommy Powers.
I don't know. I mean, giving it right back to Atlanta. Atlanta is going to take, at least 2 minutes of game time off that clock. So when they get the ball back, if they do, it's probably going to be somewhere around 3 minutes, and I don't think that's enough time for you to get 2 scores.
Yeah, I don't either. And if Atlanta's able to get a touchdown here, make it 26-7, that's all she wrote. See what they're able to do. They start at their own 36-yard line. I don't think they're going to be in any sort of hurry to put this one back into the sky. I think they might rely on BDG Hollywood and the fabled Jonathan Reese. Although Hollywood loses 2 there, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it's going to be a run-heavy offense from here on out. I mean, shoot, you got a 2-score lead. You're approaching the 5-minute mark. There's no reason for you to put the ball in the air, even if you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league this season in Brian Dynasty. There's no reason for you to put the ball in the air like this 2-score. The way your defense has been playing through, shut it down 19 yards.
Yeah, I'd be fine with losing another 8 here and punting it. Yeah. Dynasty's going to try to throw it though. Oh, well, why not when you have a wide open Fox Highwind? And there you go. That's the sort of efficiency and success that you're talking about with Dynasty. He's able to take advantage of what the defense gives him, and they gave him a wide open Fox there.
See, and you can actually see, they playing man coverage right there, right? They're trying to shut down the run. It seemed like they was expecting the run just like we were, and they come out and Fox Highwind just got behind the corner, and now they're looking to just dump some more points on the board.
First down and 10. They'll hand this one off. Bottled up behind the line. 2nd down and 9. We've got an update from SFL Studios. Cameron Irvine, take it away.
Thank you, Mike. Motor City has turned things around, down 20-7. They scored a touchdown, then forced a fumble on a kick return, and then King Jackson hits Terrell Cooper for the 2nd time of this quarter. Team he used to play for, Mike. 21-20, Motor City leads Chicago, still in the 2nd quarter. Back to you in Nashville.
Thank you, Cam. Former Mexico City Aztec right there, Terrell Cooper. Happy to see him have some success as he continues on with his career. Dynasty up top, 3rd down and 9, and even being 2nd and 9 there, Gerald, I think I would have ran it, kept this clock rolling.
Yep, I would have done the same thing. I mean, there's no reason to give Nashville any kind of a hope, right? So I would just keep running, and it looks like I would be surprised if they throw and watch them throw.
They will indeed run it to Hollywood. Stuffed behind the line again. Loses the yard that he gained earlier on as Bamsler gets him down. So Atlanta will have to punt. Ken Miller on the field for that punt. But how much time do you think they would get the ball back with? I think you said under 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, I said about 3 minutes because I figured Atlanta was going to take up about 2 to 2.5 minutes of game time, and I just don't think that they can actually sustain. I just don't think they have the ability to stretch the field.
Punt is away. Crowd reacting to it as it drops down at the 20 and gets a huge Atlanta bounce. That is the last thing that Nashville needed. So, all right, well, 3 minutes, 7 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts. They've got the 2-minute warning. They need 2 touchdowns here. They haven't been able to get a touchdown in the last 2.5 quarters. And they've got about, 94 yards to go. See what they're able to do. Thumper from his own goal line throws into triple coverage. That one's complete to Kenny Hendricks. They'll go into the hurry up.
It's not a bad start to get away from where you were.
From the 17, this time connecting to the previously injured Jeff Banfield. They'll take it all the way up to the 35-yard line. Nice pickup there.
About 30 yards in 2 plays.
That pass should have been complete. Hit Hendricks right in the hands, but tight coverage again, so you can't blame him for hearing some footsteps there. But 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 2:42.
I would have actually stayed in that alignment, right? And I would have ran hurry up again. Why? Because I think they had a favorable matchup per the defense that the defensive personnel Atlanta had out there. I would have kept running that offensive formation. I would have just kept those tired defensive players out there in the field.
Thumper dumps this one down behind the line of scrimmage. And fortunate to gain anything there. Chris Henry riding on the back of Sean Sanders for a gain of 4, 3rd down and 6. Obviously, 4 down territory here. Not going to matter as that pass is complete. They'll hurry back to the line. That one brought in by Beasley.
And that stat line is not bad for Switch Thumper. Just not enough.
Right. Short pass over the middle, complete to Glide. Mr. Guy Clausen, as we approach the 2-minute warning. Pick up a 6. Thumper back to throw again. This time incomplete. Stops with 2:01 to go. Trying to get that one into the hands of Jimmy Foster again, who had the touchdown reception in quarter number 1.
Now, the only downside here is they will get a timeout if they actually catch the ball in the field of play for the 2-minute warning. But after that, I have to, urge the Nashville coaching staff, do not call your timeouts until you absolutely need it. You're too close to the end zone to start calling your timeouts right now, in my opinion.
Thumper connects with Banfield, and we'll hit the 2-minute warning. Clock will stop with 1:57. So, it's been all Atlanta since the end of the first quarter, but Nashville, they still got a shot at it. They're on the move. 2 minutes to go here from Nashville. Atlanta 19, Nashville 7.
Now, what I would do here, I would throw, because you're here at the 18-yard line, I would throw a lot of the passes in the end zone.
Yeah. Yep. Try to save all the time you can. They're going to, throw it that direction. Get some first goal. They'll call their first timeout. I would have liked to see him just run back up to the line, but
just run right back up to the line.
Yeah, if you save those 3 timeouts, even if you don't get the onside kick, you can still get that ball back.
100%.
If you have no timeouts and you don't get the onside kick, you're done. So we'll see what they do. Thumper, they could still do it even with 2. Thumper towards the end zone. That one's incomplete. How that was not called PI, I don't know.
That was a whole lot of
There's a lot of traffic
beating around.
I guess they just considered it all incidental, but a lot of people swarming around Foster there.
Look at that retro advertisement. You seen that?
I think I missed it. I was looking at the replay. Thumper throws, end zone, touchdown. They finally get back into the end zone. Guy Clausen gliding his way across the goal line for 6, and we're an extra point away from this being a 5-point ball game.
And this is exactly what they needed. Even with the 2 timeouts that they have, right? I still think that they have a shot, if they don't get the onside kick, to potentially get the ball back.
Yeah, they do.
Timeout at the first down, timeout after second down, and then you got the running clock after that. So I do think they got time to get the ball back, but it won't be much.
Extra point try coming up, and you're absolutely right. With 1:46, with those 2 timeouts, even if all Atlanta tries to do is run the ball, then Nashville could still get the ball with maybe say 45 seconds to go, but they could potentially kick a field goal here too, but that would still make it a 1-score game. So anyway, let's see if they get the onside kick. Kick is up, bobbled, but returned by Atlanta, so they'll get the ball. They're at Nashville's 40-yard line, and we know that Sammy Steele has quite a leg. If he's able to at least get a field goal on this drive, it'll be an 8-point ball game, and Atlanta will be heavily favored at that point, but Nashville still with a chance. Heck, they just had a 96-yard drive in 1 minute and 21 seconds.
Right. So look, and it's the thing here. They're going to have to get the ball carriers down to the ground real quick.
Hitting the backfield, Hollywood staying on his feet and rolling. Timeout called with 1:38. He was trying to stay up as long as he could there, Gerald.
Oh yeah, I would too. That's like when you see these football games, right? When you know, the defense try to run the clock out. They'll tackle a guy and just lay on him.
From the 38-yard line. Now, you might remember, too, Sammy Steele kicking in this direction on kickoffs was darn near kicking it through the goalpost. He kicked it right out of the back of the end zone. So they're not really too far from field goal range, and they're definitely in it now. 3rd and 2, they'll call their final timeout. So it does come down to this. If Atlanta gets a first down, it's game over. If Nashville gets the stop, it's more likely than not going to be an 8-point ball game, and they'll get a shot to go for another no-huddle offense.
And I don't like this defensive alignment right here. Well, now it looks a little bit better, but they gotta run blitz right up to the line.
Let's see what they do. Only 3 down linemen. Dynasty pitches it down to the bottom. Hollywood trying to get to the outside. Breaks a tackle, but then gets tackled in the backfield. Can't stop the clock, but they did get the stop that they needed. So Sammy Steele coming out to make it an 8-point ball game.
Another 50-yarder.
Wow, 50 yards from the left hash. He made a 50-yarder earlier in this one. Perfect on the day so far.
Wait till that thing hits 2 before you snap it. Or 1.
High snap, but it's corralled down. Wow, ball curled back in, and the kick is good. 22-14 with 49 seconds left. And looks like my time prediction was pretty much correct this time, Gerald. I said they might be able to get the ball with 45 seconds left, and they will.
Yeah, and I think, if they get another return like they got from Ryan Davis, you know, to start the second half, they might be looking pretty good to actually go down there, because it took them a minute and 20-ish seconds to drive down the field 90-something yards and get a touchdown on their previous drive.
Here comes the kick return. Nice spin, breaking some tackles, making people miss, getting up to the 35. And they've got 43 seconds. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You've got 65 yards to go.
See, and that's the thing. And they have 30 yards, roughly 30 yards less than what they had in that last drive that they had, right? So I think time-wise, with the way that their no-huddle offense ran on that last drive, it was pretty darn good. So if they can replicate that and get down there just tempo, I think they got a chance to tie it up.
Less than a minute to go. I think they're going to be looking at that clock and spiking some plays here, and only picking up 1 there. They're definitely going to have to do farther throws than that, because this sort of thing is going to take too much time off the clock.
Definitely.
And they spike it, 31 seconds to go, and just like that, it's 3rd down and 9. So they'll get 2 more shots at it here.
Look, I understand that, hey, you're trying to save the time, but I think the down is a lot more valuable. Well, maybe not, because you're actually playing against the clock.
It also depends on how far everybody is downfield, getting them all set.
Right.
They're just gassed. Now they get a breather. There's pros and cons to both. They got to get a first down here, though. Thumper over the middle. That one's nearly picked up. Bouncing and nearly caught after the bounce. Oh, Banfield was looking at it. I thought he was going to grab that and go.
I thought Banfield was going to keep running after the Atlanta defenders didn't grab it. I'm not sure if he saw it.
The 4th down and 9. It comes down to this play right here. Can Nashville keep the drive going? Or will Atlanta get the win?
I haven't seen Nashville on this drive run at all of their no-huddle offense they ran last drive.
Thumper over the middle. Incomplete, and Atlanta takes over on downs. They'll get the win.
Oh, man, he had it in his hands, and he just dropped it. I mean, what a hit right there by the defender right there, and Moose Pappenau to be able to knock the ball loose right there. But, I mean, if you're Nashville, I mean, you want your wide receivers to be able to pull that in to give yourself a chance. Now, this division is getting really, really interesting the later the season gets.
Yeah, and there's plenty of divisional games left. Atlanta, back-to-back divisional wins. They've now won 4 of their last 5 games. They've got a bye week coming up, and then they've got a divisional matchup between Charleston in week 13, then another bye and a huge game that, who knows, could decide the division from last place to possibly first place. Florida Storm at Florida in Fort Lauderdale on October 18th. That'll be a big one to keep an eye out for. Join Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green for another edition of SFL this week at 7:15 p.m. Eastern tomorrow before a must-win game for a championship contender supremacy in Florida, where the 6-2 Storm will battle the 7-1 Arizona Scorpions on this week's Monday Night Spectacular. Kickoff will be at 8:15 p.m. Eastern with the full Monday Night Spectacular crew right here on SFL YouTube. Well, we still have a couple more games coming up tonight as well. Gerald, your final thoughts on this one?
I think for Nashville, it was too little too late. I think their offense has just been a little bit too conservative to compete with an offense like Atlanta, which is a lot more dynamic and is able to move the ball a lot quicker and everything else. So Nashville has to figure out what they want to do, for the rest of the season in terms of trying to get their offense to actually catch up to what their defense is giving them.
Chicago 20, Motor City 24, about midway through the third quarter in that one. Atlanta will improve to 6-4 on the season. Nashville will fall to 5-4. Next up for Atlanta, talked about their bye week and then their home versus Charleston Predators. And for Nashville, they'll head back home and take on Canton. The Canton Classics on Saturday, September 28th. Coming up next, we've got Bossier City at Charleston with Ethan Muslin and Mickey Malillo at 9 p.m. Eastern, and Mexico City Aztecs at Queen City with Cameron Duty and Anthony Ellison at 9:15. For Gerald Smith, Ron Haynes, Danny Carmichael, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit, I'm Mike Dykes. Thanks for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. And just enjoy the jokes from the commish. Have a good night, everybody.